Hey everyone, welcome back to Avenue with Genghis on server 68. So yesterday I did a video on my account, an account update video. And one of the main things on it was achieving Archduke. And so many people have messaged me. One person called me a massive spender, a whale, which is actually obviously not true. VIP 16 definitely spend more than the average person in the game, but not even close to the top. I'd say all in all, even on my server, I don't even know if I'd be top 20 spenders on my server. I just, spend efficiently and play efficiently and work hard and play a lot. Wife would say way too much. But anyways, I wanted to tell you guys how you too can, maybe you won't get Archduke, but maybe you'll get Duke. Maybe you'll get Earl. Maybe you'll get Regent, better than Archduke. But maybe you can achieve better than what you're doing in your Prestige. So first, let's look at Prestige. And that's what this video is going to be about, to maximize your Prestige. I did a video probably about a year and a half ago on this. And I think the game has changed a bit. And it's way more rally oriented now. And that's where majority of your Prestige is going to come from. But you can definitely top it up and help. So if you look at Prestige, let's first look at why it's so important. So if we just open all these up, you can start at the bottom and see what you get. You're only getting 5% of everything, right? And one sub-city. And then you get a new sub-city every single level you go to. And that is huge. And more speeds for everything. So this is honestly, along with your Monarch talents, this is probably arguably one of the most important things in the game, because if you look at some of these multiply off of each sub-city you have. I didn't even know that till like a year and a half ago. Someone told me, he's like, man, you should have 1200 archer attack. I was like, what are you talking about? I'm at like 1080. He's like, no, your city is 1200. And he asked to see my Monarch talents. And I showed him. He's like, yeah, these all multiply. You got to get those done. And I also didn't have in the sub-city, this is a family account, but you can still see everything that's going on here. I also didn't have all of these in-city stuff done because I was like, man, the first one's 6 days. I think the next one's like 50 days and then like 150. So I was like, man, I ain't doing 50 days for 1%. And then it turns out, well, that's 1% multiplied by how many cities you have. So that's why Prestige is so important. So the ways to get Prestige, there's a small way you can get it in your prison, if I can find it over here, right here. So when you have captives, you can hit release here. And you'll get 50 Prestige. It's not much, but you could do that a few times a day and get, 200 Prestige in a day. It's nothing in the grand scheme of things. But most of your Prestige is going to come from rallies. And honestly, I would say probably the best is Vikings. Because if you look at this Viking, I just got 80 Prestige. And it only cost me 10 stamina. And most importantly, the travel time is so small, right? So if I join this rally, it's only going to cost me 8 to 10 stamina, depending if I use Nathaniel Green or not. But I'm only going a very, very short distance. It's going to take, the whole rally itself is going to take like 7 minutes. Where if I go to this one right here, that whole rally is going to take about 15 minutes. And it's going to cost, it's probably going to, well, Hydras don't pay much stamina or much Prestige. As you can see, they pay 50, I think. Yeah. But if you start hitting the bigger bosses, if your alliance can do B10 and up, B9 and up. I think B9 gives you 300 Prestige. And then 350 for a 10, 400 for an 11, and so on. Up all the way up to 700 at 17. But if you can just hit B10 plus all day, B10 to 17, you don't have to hit 17 because probably if you're hitting 17s, you already got Archduke or Regent by VIP default anyways. But what I did, I just hit every B10 and up. 9s if they were close to the hive, I'd solo them because no one wanted in a rally on them. And that's pretty much it. If you go to here, you could see that you get honorary, right? So different VIP levels will give you different honorary levels. So I'm 16 on Genghis account. So that was a permanent Earl. I was sitting at Duke, so even if I went up to 17, that didn't help me. I would have to get to 18, and that's a really difficult thing to do. So basically, the way to do it is to hit bosses B10 and up to get your prestige up, and then you take all your alliance points. So you have all these alliance points, and now this is kind of a choice for you. You can either buy all the VIP if you're close to unlocking a permanent status in the VIP, or tributes. I went tributes because I just didn't think I was close in VIP. So I would buy all these. I'd get up to 78, right? Let's buy them. And then I'd go into the shrine, and you can see I have 257 here. Now, I don't use those every day. What I do is, I would do 8 a day right here. That's what I would do on the Genghis account. 8 tributes a day. And then I would not touch anything else. And then I'd wait every 2 or 3 months until this 257 was over 1,000. And as you can see here, I'm getting 228 prestige right now because I just hit it 4 times. But if I hit it again, oh, it stayed the same. So next one, now it's 288. So it goes up every time you break into a new level. So next one will be 360. Wait till you get it up to 500. And then you're going to use all the tributes. And before you do that, you're going to go over to culture. You're going to change to Arabia because it gives you a bonus from offering 5%. And then you're going to go into your monarch talents and put on offering 20% more as well. So this number in here will say 500. Once you start donating 1,000 gems, it'll start to say 500. And then when you use those tributes and you change your culture and your talent, you'll be getting actually 625. So I used on the final day, I think 1,600. I used 1,600 times 625, and that got me 1,000,000 prestige points. Now, if I did not do the culture or the talent, and I just multiplied it by 500, I would have only got 800,000 prestige points. And then you change back to the culture you want. And these are the strategies I used. And if you look at this, like, look, so I ended up with 31 million, almost 600,000. And this was a year about a year and 3 months before, and I was only at 7.7 million. So I just worked my butt off, and I used every other strategy that I had, which was basically the shrine. Like, that's all you can really do. And then in the Wheel of Fortune, you could spin, and as you see here, perfect timing, there is a tribute there. But if you spin this wheel, say 1,000,000 times, you get 1,000,000 of these chips, you're probably going to end up getting about 25, 30 tributes. And it helps, and you get other stuff too, right? But there's only so many ways you can get the tributes. The other way is in the black market. So just constantly looking, and they're not easy to find in here. They're very slow to come, but you can get them. And sometimes they come in 1, sometimes they come in 5, sometimes they come in 10. And I'll just flip around here for a little bit, but they're a rare item in here. So I don't want to flip too much. And sometimes I'll be flipping, and they're blue, and they look like other stuff. And I'll just skip because I'm looking for resources. And then I'll skip it, and I'll be like, that was a really valuable item. It would have been nice to get. But anytime you can get them in here, they're definitely worth grabbing. And I guess I can't flip too much longer. But basically, that was all my secrets. Join all the rallies you can, guys, especially right here. So this B15, that's going to bring home, I think, if my math is correct, 550 prestige. And you just keep hitting those. Some people will travel out to, say, a temple kind of in the middle of nowhere and start hitting bosses. And, you know, you'll find you could just hit B7s, B8s. No one's going to get upset at you. Even if you start hitting these smaller bosses, the monsters, these type of things, you have to hit level 30 plus. So if you hit level 30 plus, you'll start to get about 35 to 40 prestige per. And they come with good Monarch XP too. And it only costs 4 stamina. So this one's 6 because it's a bit higher up. But I think I'm right on the 4. Okay, I guess they're all 6. I guess it's when I use Nathaniel Green, it cuts it down to 5. That's what I was thinking of. So you can go out and kill those all day. And based on the per stamina, it's the best ratio you're going to get for prestige. And it takes a lot of time, but this is a very, very important thing in the game. And it's a way to compete with people when you don't spend as much. So that's basically been my battle the whole time playing. I don't spend as much. I've always wanted to. And then I'm always like, once I start hitting spend, I'm like, stop, this sucks. Why are you doing this? So I've had to find ways to compete and work hard and to get up there with other people. And I'm not up there with them. Like, there's just one thing you have to admit. You're never going to be good at everything if you're not going to spend as much as the people who do spend. But you can be as good at some things or be a poor man's version of them is kind of what I am. So I'm a good teammate. I'm not good. Your alliance is not good if I'm the best player in the alliance. So you don't want me to be the best player or anyone similar to me. If you're going to excel, you need big coiners, and you need more than one in today's Ebony. But there's no reason why you cannot keep your spending down and still be a good contributor to your alliance. So this is Genghis. Let me know in the comments any other videos you guys want, any other tips you have on getting prestige for viewers. That'd be great. Share it. Genghis server 68. Like, subscribe, leave a comment.